Hello, this is Tiffany Almeida with Pretty and Paper Crafts, and this is our February Technique Club, and this is video number 1. This is our waterfall card, and so I'm going to show you how we make this technique. Okay, so again, this is featuring Peekaboo Peach as the base, Pool Party as the accent color, and then of course I'm using the beautiful Picture Perfect Birthday Designer Series paper as my kind of backdrop photo. Okay, so here are the pieces that are in your kit. You have a piece of the Peekaboo Peach as a base. This is measuring 5.5 by 4 1/4. And then you have your piece of Designer Series paper that is 5 1/4 by 4. And so you are going to basically want to glue this down. There's nothing that's going to be behind it or anything like that. So you'll just put some runner. My runner wants to cooperate today. I love this paper. It's so cute. I love it so much I had to say it 3 times. Okay. So you just put that down. You also have a piece of 1 3/4 by 8.5. So 1 3/4 short way, 8.5 long way, and then it is scored at 1 3/4, 2 3/4, and 3 3/4. Don't mind this little foofa I have. I accidentally scored in the wrong spot, but it's still going to work. So you'll fold your score line. So you'll fold your 1 3/4, your 2 3/4, and your 3 3/4. So you'll have 3 folds. So it'll look like this. Okay, and then you're going to want to punch, and I've already punched this for you, but you'll punch the top here with our tag topper punch. And this just adds like a little kind of lever that we're going to put our ribbon through. So I'm just kind of lining it up, centering it, making sure it's good, and I've got my little tag topper now. Okay, so then you're also going to have some pieces of the Pool Party and the Whisper White cardstock. And I have already went ahead and stamped these images with Memento black ink. So make sure you use Memento, because we're going to also be using our blends to color our balloon. And you need, if you're going to be using blend markers, you need Memento black ink. So your pieces of Pool Party measure 2 by 2 1/4. And your pieces of white measure 1 3/4 by 2. So to color my balloon, I used Pool Party because that is the color that's accented in my Designer Series paper. And I always start with my light Pool Party first, or my lighter of the blends, whichever color I'm using, and just give it a good once over, just color the entire balloon. And I really have enjoyed playing with my blends. I'm excited for I think my technique for next month is going to be teaching you how to use the blends. Of course, we're already kind of using it in this one, so you get a little sneak peek. Okay, so you've colored your base in light Pool Party, and now I'm taking my darker Pool Party, and I'm going to be doing, I want to use my more finer point. I'm going to be doing just kind of coloring where I think the shadows would lay. So I'm kind of picturing the sun kind of shining down. The brightest spot's going to kind of be the top of the balloon. And so I'm just thinking that, you know, down here at the bottom of the balloon, it'll be a little bit darker in the shade. So I'm just coloring there. And then I want to go back over with my lighter Pool Party and kind of blend those edges and get it to blend. Again, not touching the lightest area because I want that to really be shiny, but I want everything else to kind of blend. Okay, so, and then if I feel like I have it too blue, I can come back over with my, I'm looking for my corrector. It's called Color Lifter, and I can go back over and kind of lighten the area that I feel like needs to be lighter. If I went too dark and I feel like I didn't give my balloon enough shine. And lifter is kind of funny. You have to kind of go over it a couple times until you're happy with it. But anyways, you want your balloon to look like it's got some shine going on. And I think that's gonna be okay. All right. Okay, so that's it for the coloring, not much. Now you're gonna glue your pieces onto your pool party bases. So putting an adhesive on my Whisper White pieces. You're gonna be shocked at how easily this card comes together, and yet it's such a cool and fun, unique way to have a card. I like when cards are interactive. It's a fun way, you know, breaking out of the original, just kind of basic card. It gets into a more fun way to receive a card. Okay, so now that we have our pieces, I decided, because my images were long ways, that my card was going to be up and down, like so. So when we glue our pieces on, we need it to be up and down. And I'm going to use tear and tape, and I'm going to put a strip of tear and tape on the top. I'm going to actually put it on my Peekaboo Peach so I know how long it needs to be, because the pool party pieces are slightly bigger. So I've got a piece there and a piece here. Come on, tear. And a piece here. Okay. And I'm going to start down here and put my very bottom piece on first. So I'm just lining up the seam with the top of my card, or my top of my little square, like so. Okay, and you just kind of try to stay in there. All right. Okay, so my second piece, I'm just going to try and line up with my first piece, because I want them all to line up really well. So I've just lined it up with my first piece I stuck down, and glue that down, and then I've got my last piece, and I'll put that down, make sure I've lined it up like so. Okay, so now I've got my pieces on there. Okay, and then I have a piece of 1 inch by 4 1/4 of the Peekaboo Peach. This is going to be kind of your hinge, which the slider is going to slide under. I don't know if you can see that, see how that goes underneath. So this is 1 by 4 1/4, and then I cut another piece that's 3 3/4 by 4, and of that same designer series paper. And I'm just putting that on. You don't have to do this piece, but it just kind of, I felt like, tied everything together, kind of blended it in with the background a little bit. Okay, so then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to glue the, is that right? Yep, that's right. Okay, so you're going to want to glue this piece down to the very back of your Peekaboo Peach. So see how it's folded over? When you fold it back, you're going to put a piece of tear and tape here, like so. And you're going to take it and you're going to put it front side and lined up. Just try to find the center. Let's just eyeball it. Doesn't have to be perfect. And glue that down. So now it's at the very end of your piece of Peekaboo Peach. You also need to put 2 pieces of tear and tape on the ends of your strip, like so. Okay, and that is going to glue down to the base of the card. So I'm peeling the backing off, and then what I need to do is I need to fold it over so it's like this, and then I need to put it on my card and figure out where I want it. And I'm just lining up the edges of my Peekaboo Peach with the edges of my card. I think I want it a little bit closer to the top. And pressing it down. So now I've created my band. Okay, and then the only last thing that we have to do is just cut a piece of the white weave ribbon. And this is way too big, but I'm just gonna, for the sake of the video, it'll be a little easier to show. And I can pull this out a little bit so I have room to work. And I doubled up the ribbon and stuck it through the back of the hole, and then I looped it through the front. And I think I want this to turn so that it loops. See how it kind of creates that loop like that? It's gonna make for a flatter ribbon. And just pull it through like, my fingers will cooperate like so. Okay, and then you'll just trim down the edges. They don't need to be so long. I like to do mine at an angle. And voila, you have a beautiful waterfall card. Simple, right? Very cute. I love my little party pandas. He is just ready to party, but he's getting lifted away with his balloon. It's so cute. So I hope you enjoyed this card, and we'll see you for the next video. Thanks for watching.